Good morning. Thank you all for coming. My name is Noah Grant. I'm currently a junior at Lone Star Community College and will be transferring to the University to be downtown. I have y'all gathered here today so that we can do a speech that I'm very passionate about and it's kind of personal. If it wasn't for the post 9/11 GI Bill, there's a good possibility that I might be homeless and living out of my car. About 2 years ago, I was working at a Veterans Affairs office in the Outreach Center over in Richmond on the southwest side. When I arrived, I thought it was going to be a regular morning, come in and answer telephones and do my homework. But it turned out to be a little different. When I pulled in the parking lot, I saw a couple. It was a young white male and a white female. I didn't think much about it. I saw they had a lot of clutter inside their car, so I just assumed they were probably in the process of moving. I just went to my office and didn't think anything about it. About 5 minutes later, they came in after me, and young male, he asked me to speak to a readjustment counselor. He was trying to seek a referral somewhere where he can get help for nightmares that he had been having the past few weeks. I handed him a client information sheet and told him to fill it out, but he told me that he didn't have an address because he had got laid off on his job and him and his wife had got evicted from their apartment. It's kind of saddening and disturbing because I had to think back and reflect on my own journey to get to where I'm at now. And I had a lot of similar struggles that he had. And ultimately, I took for granted that I have my family here, my sister and my mom who helped carry me and my daughter until I got on my feet and got enough education to get a decent job to support myself. So the issue that I'm going to be discussing today is homeless veterans. According to Veterans Affairs, in January 2011, there were 67,495 veterans that slept on the streets in America. The cause of this problem, it ranges from mental illness to drug and alcohol abuse, poverty, and unemployment. There is, however, an initiative underway that was implemented by President Obama and Veterans Affairs Secretary Eric Shinseki to get all veterans off of the street by 2015. The biggest issue that causes this problem for veterans is, one, there's a lack of information that's being spread throughout the military. Whenever you're out processing, there's a place called ACAP where they provide you with information on resources and organizations that will help you whenever you're transitioning. A lot of people don't take this process very seriously because they're just focused on getting out of the military and being free. Personally, myself, I didn't get this information until I ran into a lot of other veterans that informed me about this. And that in itself is a major problem. According to the American Journal of Psychiatry, 54% of the veterans that are in homeless shelters today, they have a psychiatric disorder. 60% of them suffer from drug and alcohol abuse, and 37% of them suffer from both. In January 2012, there were 144,895 veterans that were living in emergency shelters and transition housing. The Housing and Urban Development Department, they're working to implement vouchers to put these veterans in hotels and, I guess you would say, temporary rooms to take them off of the streets. There are numerous things that can be done to help combat this problem, but they have to discover what the root cause is. And there was a study that was conducted called the National Vietnam Veterans Readjustment Study that was conducted in 1984 through 1988. And there was a direct link found between the combat stress that some veterans endure and the likelihood that they're going to end up homeless when they return home. So discovering that root cause, there have been numerous officials who are trying to basically blunt this problem and attack it before it becomes a major issue. And one of the solutions that they're working on starts at the federal level. They've increased the Veterans Affairs budget from $9 billion to $11 billion to provide programs such as they call Veterans Healthcare Administration, which would allow screening of veterans to catch potential problems like this. There's also the Veterans Reintegration Employment Program, which is basically where the federal government, they give funding to organizations such as Red Cross, Goodwill, and these organizations, they have connections with employers in the local community, and they specifically target veterans to get them employed. The company that I work for now, they actually were a partner with one of these organizations called American GI Corps, and that's how I got my job. So it's very effective, and it puts veterans back to work, and it gives them a sense of hope that they can support themselves and their families. Another solution that can be implemented at the local level is that city council, the mayor, and other leaders can have better ways of getting this information out. Because like I said, most people, when they transition out of the military, they don't know anything about this. One of the greatest saviors of veterans is what they call the post 9/11 GI Bill. This program, it pays for your tuition and fees, it pays for your books, and it also gives you a housing allowance. The only requirement of this is that you basically pursue an education goal, either a certificate, associate's degree, or bachelor's degree, or a master's degree. And using this program, it helps you balance yourself, while you find whatever goal it is that you're trying to pursue. And it keeps you off of the street. So a combination of using these programs such as the GI Bill, the Red Cross American GI Forum, it really helps. But the only problem we have is that not enough veterans are given information how to capitalize and take advantage of these benefits. So from the federal and local level, those programs can be used to help fight this. From a personal standpoint, we can help fight veterans' homelessness by getting out this information and spreading the word. I know personally myself, every veteran that I meet, I'm always basically sharing whatever information that I have, and it's very helpful because last weekend was Veterans Day, and we all gathered at restaurants that were providing free meals for veterans, and it was just a good chance to network and get out all types of information. And while I was there, I had the chance to talk about the post 9/11 GI Bill and how it affected me and actually benefited me, and also how the employer that I work for is veteran friendly, and that there are organizations that work with veterans to get them employed and stable. So that's how I take this in from a personal standpoint, and combining all of these federal, local, state, and personal level, we can really come together as a community and help the president and the DA secretary get rid of this problem by 2015. And I pray and hope that we really can get rid of this problem by 2015 and provide all veterans with a home, or at least a temporary room that they can stay in. So, thank you guys for listening. That's it.